Now welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news.
First off, a nice reminder, we do have D23 this weekend. We are assuming we're going to get possibly the Skeleton Crew trailer, seeing they did just drop the release date recently.
I had heard through the grapevine, and it means nothing, but I had heard that there is a big surprise coming from Lucasfilm this weekend.
I think the surprise is going to be telling us what next is in the animated world.
I could certainly see that. I feel like that almost needs to come now, because you've kind of lost the momentum from Bad Batch Season 3 a little bit.
Right,
if that makes sense.
They did tell us this isn't the end of Visage Ventress, so we assume she's going to get some sort of a spin-off.
Yeah.
In regards to upcoming Disney projects, we did just get some interesting news. Daisy Ridley came out just recently with a new interview that was in Women's Health, where she was diagnosed with Graves' disease. Now, Graves' disease is an autoimmune disorder. It involves an overactive thyroid that affects your body's energy uses. It's something that she's going to be struggling with. She realized she was having a problem when she was working on finishing the filming of Magpie back in 2023 in September. She was having trouble, the symptoms of this are racing heart rate, weight loss, fatigue, and hand tremors. She brushed those symptoms off, assuming it was just stress from her recent work contributing to her health. Well, it's not. It's a little more serious than that. So I'm curious how that is going to affect her battling through, continuing working on Star Wars. Obviously, they're going to take care of her. But for now, she has to, change her diet. She's cutting out gluten. She's being more aware of, her mental and emotional, spiritual health. She's going to cut back a bit on her physical training and concentrate on keeping healthy. Next interesting tidbit, Shawn Levy is obviously doing the press circuit from the Deadpool Wolverine movie success.
Success is an understatement, yeah.
I think it's the best rated R opening movie box office numbers ever.
It's crazy, yeah.
It did phenomenally. It deserved to. It did a lot of work, that movie.
Yeah, I think it was just a fun movie. I didn't need it to be profound necessarily. I've talked before, not every movie needs to be something.
What's interesting is I think it filled voids I didn't know needed filling. It wrapped up storylines from the Fox universe that it didn't have to do.
No, it didn't.
It was kind of amazing, but we have a review on that if you want to watch that.
Yeah.
But recall, he is going to be doing a Star Wars movie, so he was, of course, asked about it while he was out doing these press tours.
Once you get involved with Star Wars, you never get away from it, yeah.
We did find out, they asked him straight up if he was writing with actors in mind, because Shawn Levy has in the past done this. And he says, sort of, yes, but don't ask any follow-ups.
Okay.
They don't want to know which actors he's writing in mind for. He doesn't want to give that up. They also asked him questions about what does he want to focus on? What does Star Wars mean to him?
Okay.
Because that's obviously something that fans want to know going into this. What does Star Wars mean to you? What do you picture doing a Star Wars movie?
Is he going to give a generic answer, or? Well, we get a lot of those, let's be fair.
We do. Well, here's his answer. The experience of crafting this story has forced me to think about that question. There's only so many times that Star Wars movies can revisit the same section of the timeline, because I don't want to do a Star Wars movie that's redundant to others, nor am I interested in doing one that has to serve another movie. I really want to craft something that felt organic to me in tone and characters. There's certainly the Force and a connection to something bigger than our individual selves in the way that can make us powerful. Those themes combined with visual delight and wish fulfillment, that's Star Wars to me. It's not entirely a bad answer.
It's not terrible. It's pretty generic, I would actually say. I know, I'm fussy. It's fine.
You are fussy.
It's fine.
And the Mandalorian and Grogu actually moved into production. It was on Tuesday.
Really?
I believe, yeah. Mandalorian and Grogu
it's only
is in production.
It's less than 2 years away at this point. May of 2026, allegedly. We always have to say that because until you actually are in the theater watching a Star Wars movie, you don't know if it's ever going to be made.
Dates that are going to be overlapping with dates that Marvel has set.
Is it the next Avengers movie that same month?
Yeah, you're 100% correct. Avengers Doomsday is supposed to be May 2026.
Yep. Mando, Grogu, and Doctor Doom.
And Doctor Doom. What
played by Robert Downey Jr.
Trio.
Yeah.
We could make a whole video just on that because I have so many things to think about that.
Pedro is in the Mando movie, and Pedro's playing Mr. Fantastic. It could all be connected.
Except Mr. Fantastic isn't, so far as we know, going to be in Doomsday.
Well, we don't know that.
We don't know that.
It kind of feels like maybe.
Hey, technically Pedro's not in Mandalorian and Grogu either.
Yeah, we don't know if he will be or not.
Lateef Crowder and...
His voice probably will be.
And Brendan Wayne
but will he be in it? Yeah.
He's voice acting.
Yes, he's a voice actor
now for
Star Wars.
I think he should get paid a little less for that.
Yeah, I'm sure he would.
I think the big salary numbers that he wants should get split 3 ways. All right. Well, let's move on to the last thing today, and I find this interesting. On Sunday, we did just have the House of the Dragon Season 2 finale.
We did.
We did. And there was a key moment in the finale that was inspired by Star Wars.
Okay.
If you don't want any spoilers for the end of House of the Dragon, this isn't a huge thing, but it's enough that you should definitely click away from the video, and we'll catch you for the next one.
Yeah.
Go away. But there was a key moment there with Daemon and Rhaenyra. When the whole season, Daemon's kind of been on this weird spiritual journey. Like, I think I'm going to be the king. I think I deserve to be the king.
Yep.
He had a lot of crazy visions showing him things that conflicted with his I want to be the king, but maybe I should be the king. He doesn't know what he wants. He got very confused. One of the directors of the show, Greta Patel, was doing an interview when she kind of talked about how when Daemon reunites with Rhaenyra, that whole scene, what she envisioned. She envisioned kind of that Daemon is Yoda in this moment.
Okay.
Here's the explanation. Sometimes I told myself, thinking about how to direct this, I see Daemon as more of a Yoda that has just realized he's Yoda. He's the spiritual leader. He's not someone who's becoming subservient. He's just someone who's stepping back. He's someone who's stepping into his role. I thought Matt did that beautifully, where he says, "You are the chosen one. You can do this." It's not a man talking to a woman. This is someone who has become a hero's journey mentor. And the hero is Rhaenyra.
Okay, I get that.
I get that too.
I was very confused why you would call him Yoda, because
he's kind of stepping away from being the main character. He's being a badass like he was in
Season 1. He had some...
I was going to say Star Wars episodes 1, 2, and 3 where you saw Yoda in full-on action doing cool stuff.
Well,
this is Yoda. He went away to the Dagobah swamp. He learned more about the Force in Harrenhal. He communed with the Force, one could say.
Yeah, he did. He had
instead of seeing Force priestesses, he had some crazy wackadoo stuff going on.
He had a new girlfriend. Yeah.
Ish.
No, it wasn't really a girlfriend, but yeah.
His Force priestess was Helena.
Yeah.
And then,
then there was that too. Yes.
Our Luke, Rhaenyra, shows up, and he's like, "I can help. I can help you. I can guide you. I can realize I am the mentor of the story now.
Yeah.
I'm not meant to be the main character. You are the queen. There's a reason you were chosen for this. My job here is to help you reach out and get this potential.
I'm your Yoda.
I'm your Yoda.
That's what he should have said.
Yeah, but they're also married, so it's a little weird. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. They can be in whatever they want. This is Game of Thrones. You can be in whatever you want in this show.
I mean, we did hear rumors, remember all those years ago, that Matt Smith was going to play a young Palpatine?
That was more than a rumor. That was actually on the table.
I still wanted that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that, actually.
I mean, if the Acolyte moves forward far enough in time, right? If we want to fill every moment in, we could have Matt Smith, young Palpatine. But they got to jump on this before Matt Smith, young Palpatine, becomes adult, old Palpatine.
Yeah, he's just going to replay Palpatine. Somehow Palpatine has returned with a new actor. But no, I like the idea, not if it means the Acolyte has to carry on for multiple seasons, but I'm sure he would make a good young Palpatine, I think. He's got that. I mean, he shows it very well in this show, how he's got that sketchy side, right? Where you're like, what's going on in his head right now? He does that really well.
He's a very well-versed actor. He has done so many different things. I mean, House of the Dragons, Doctor Who, Morbius.
Such a resume.
I'm just saying, when he goes after a role, when he does a role, he goes all in.
He did well in Morbius.
He did. I mean, he went for the role.
What it was, yeah.
Yeah, he did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean the movie was fantastic. No. It means it was hilarious as heck. It doesn't change the fact that the movie was less than perfect.
No, it wasn't the best movie ever. All right, well, I think that is going to be all we got for you this time. Now it is your turn. Take to the comments below. Let us know what you think of any and all of today's news.
Stay tuned this weekend for special information.
On
special
D23,
stuff from D23. We will, of course, be covering it here. Thor will be covering it on his main channel, but, of course, I'm not there, so the fun party is here.
Yeah, it's boring over there. Boring conversation
I expect we might find out if Acolyte's getting a season 2.
I don't know.
They might. I mean, there is a panel that Manny's going to be at.
Yeah, well...
I'm just saying.
We won't hear if it isn't, is the thing.
Right. It'll just disappear into the ether.
Yes, if you don't hear about it this weekend, that's probably a bad sign for it. But anyway, again, all we got for you this time. Take to the comments below, and thanks for watching.